Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Got a new guest here with Vincent. We're going to go into more detail about how Goldspot actually helps companies. Some real examples. Obviously we had some recent news with Monarch Mining here, and how Goldspot helped them. But we're going to hear from Vincent on other things that they've done. But first things first, want to do a little intro. Vincent, first things, how are you?
Well, thanks. I'm good here. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, no, awesome. And then I guess to just tell people a little bit more about yourself and maybe what you do at Goldspot.
Yeah, sure. Well, I founded the company with Denis that I think you met last time, about 5 years ago now. The idea was to help with peak discovery. So I think you remember the Integra Gold Rush Challenge in 2016. We came out of the with the idea to use machine learning to help with big data in the mining space. So we were really the first one to use machine learning there. So from there, I helped the team develop the algorithm, and with my geology background, put everything together. And with Denis and the rest of the team there, we kept developing the idea, the technology, the tools, and grew the company to where we're at now, with over 20 clients on the rosters, from majors to juniors, all along the way.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. A good little intro. You've done it a few times. It sounds like it's pretty well packaged. Now here, hopping into more, and I know this is going to be a pretty techy video, but I do invite anyone with questions. Even if you have it after this video, please drop them below. We'll do some more Q&A stuff. Talk to me. So let's do Monarch first, and we'll do other case studies if that works for you. Talk to me a little bit about how Goldspot helped Monarch mining.
Yeah, sure. Well, the good thing about Monarch, it really brought us back to our roots. The reason for that, it's Integra Gold was right beside it. The Integra was now bought by Eldorado Mine, but in the Abitibi area, historical mine, used to be in production. Lots of historical data from stope information, underground mining information. So taking all this really brought us back to how we started Goldspot. So it was a really fun project for us to work on. How we worked, so how we use our tools there. Well, first is taking all the information available. So as I said, drilling information, assays. So assays information from underground data, from drill hole as well, structural information that was taken by a previous geologist and team that worked on the project. Then with all this 3D information, building models. So we used softwares to create three-dimensional model to understand the area and really get the knowledge and the grasp of what's going on there. On top of it, so we use our AI tools to determine faulting area where fluids would go in and find you, where fluids would pass through and deposit potential gold. So our software is able to identify those areas of interest or dilation, if we say, to spot where gold would be. So that was a really good success for our team, and Monarch drilled one of our target recently with really good results for that.
Well, hey, that's pretty awesome. My little tech insight is going crazy. So hey, that extremely exciting. Obviously, putting all the pieces together, and hey, this is the target. Boom, they have a great result. You want to talk about past examples of companies you've helped, what the results been, and really maybe go into more detail on. So you already said we take assays, we take other data, this and that, and then the company gets a model. Here's where we'd like you to drill, and then bang, things work out. Do you have other case studies like this?
Yeah, definitely. So another good one I remember here on top of my head would be Quebec precious metal. We had a similar exercise to do in the James Bay area this time. However, it was not on a mine site or previous mine site. It was on a much larger scale, hundreds of square kilometers. So the idea was to take, again, historical information, compile data. So we used deep learning algorithm to extract information from PDFs in order to build a huge database that comprise all the geological information throughout the area. With that, so all the compiled information, the geophysical data that was collected from airborne surveys over the area, we created different tools. So one of them was a complexity algorithm. So trying to find which area looks the strangest in the zone that we're looking for. So taking this area plus our structural information, and again finding areas where things moved or things or deposits were created. It gave us a new deposit or new zone that was found. So the zone is now named Lloyd. So it was a 30 to 60 meters wide zone that was never discovered previously. Good samples were taken from this area, and you can find this in our previous press release there, and same with a Quebec precious metal press release.
Well, hey, awesome. Well, pretty cool. Obviously thinking about how it all comes together. Interesting. And we got some questions, and I know this wasn't under the plan, but I'd love to ask. Can you guys talk more about the business model that Goldspot has? So obviously these companies come to you, you help them put this together. How do you guys benefit? How do you guys get involved? Obviously, I'm assuming you guys believe in what you have works, so you try and take pieces. Do you want to talk a little bit about how the business model kind of
Yeah,
comes together?
definitely. Yeah, thanks for the question. That's a very good question. It's a Goldspot is we're not a simple business, just a normal consultancy firm that develop tools for the different clients. So we work for the majors and the juniors. The majors are companies that have producing mines, they have cash flow, they can pay us for our services and use the latest and greatest tools we develop for them. So one of the tools that we developed is called LithoLens. LithoLens is able to take historical pictures of rocks that were taken from underground, so from core images, and we're able to extract this information with our deep learning algorithm that we develop internally to create more value to the data sets that was already collected, that the company spent millions of dollars to collect. It's all being stored in some hard drives here and there. So we're able to take all this information and extract data from it to create new data. So this tool, LithoLens, is a revenue generating tools that we sell to different clients. So from majors to juniors. So cash come in the door from this on top of our other consulting business. Another thing we have is we want to push this technology to the junior market as well. So the small companies that may not have the cash to pay for our services. So what we're able to do there is we would participate in a private placement with them, and the company, we invest in the small companies and they engage us for our services. That way we're able to really put our money where our mouth is. We believe in the company that we invest in. We give them good services with the latest and greatest technology, and we give them money to drill the targets that we tell them to. So that way, everyone benefits here. They're able to have an awesome team of geologists and data scientists to work on their project. And as well, we're able to have shares exposure of their stock if it goes up. So at the end of the day, if the company like Newfound Gold that we invested early on discover the Keat zone by our tools, we're able to benefit greatly from it. So 10, 20 banger there on our investments.
Yeah, no, awesome. Well, here, another question for you then. Again, getting into this rabbit hole, talk to me a little bit more about how you choose these companies. Obviously, you can't invest in every junior. Do you look at the land? Do you look at other data you have? Do you do a little kind of prelim, model before you invest? I'm curious, like what goes into, the due diligence process while you're talking to juniors.
That's a very good one here. Well, we created early on. We created this prospectivity map for Quebec, and we pushed that for other provinces as well there. So we know which area are better than others with the available data. So the same way we would target our for a client for mineralization, we did the same thing but on a much larger scale, and we know which area are better than others, and then we're able to contact those companies and see and do deals with them if they want to. That way we're able to have the latest and best land possible on different jurisdictions throughout the world.
Interesting. So cool. And then, you see, hey, these are hot zones. And then do you guys find companies or find people that own that type of property and then reach out? Or how does it work?
That also happens since we're getting bigger and bigger. More people come knock on the door. So we do, if that happens and they are not on our radar already, Then we would do our due diligence. So look at what they have in terms of data.
Interesting.
Can we do a deal with them? We're not signing deals with anyone that comes to us. We really choose the best company to work with, the one that we really believe in them.
Yeah, no, awesome. At the end of the day, you're investing too, so pretty awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Other just things for you, if there's anything you want to say about, other case studies, data you guys look at, things you've seen, anything you want to add into kind of this type of video?
Well, I think what I want to emphasize here is that Goldspot, on top of being a service company that apply AI tools to help miners and juniors to discover more, we also develop other tools to benefit everyone. So LithoLens is one. We are creating an inversion package as well to help our different clients. So all those different tools that we create become source of revenues that we can reinvest into R&D to keep growing our technology year after year, month after month, with the new revenues we put in. So every time we make profit, we put it back in the business and grow it. So really, our story is just starting here.
It's just the beginning. No, well, exciting. Obviously, thanks for joining. Gave people a little bit more of a taste for what happened, and how the system works. And fantastic. Thanks for joining. This is great. Nice meeting you.
Well,
Obviously,
thanks
amazing
for having
video.
me here today. Yeah, it was a pleasure
Anything
talking to
else?
you.
Anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think we did here. So again, if you have any questions or your viewers have any, feel free to reach out to us. We're always happy to answer them.
You stole my line. No, well, you heard him again. Anyone who has questions, please drop them below. Vincent, thanks so much for joining. Unfortunately for you, you probably have to join again because you did such a good job. So thanks so much, and look forward to talking again soon.
Yeah, it was a pleasure again. Cheers.